geared up version of her. And again, we're really conscious of things like her silhouette. We want her to read really quick. We want to really reinforce the attitude. And most importantly in Diablo is, at least from the modeling standpoint, is this talk of readability. So a character like this, she's very strappy, she's kind of gadgety. You know, you can see there's actually a lot of stuff going on, but when you zoom out to, 30 feet above her head or so, you want to be able to see that stuff and read the characters. So we group together colors and values and that sort of thing. So at this point, we've got a model that we're happy with, and the animators are going to go ahead and take that, and they're going to start filling out her animation suite with all the cool things that a Demon Hunter does. And we go ahead and we start putting together some of her tools. So like the Demon Hunter in this case, obviously she's going to use bows and crossbows. If you guys go play her out on the show floor today, you're going to see she's also the only character who can dual wield pistol crossbows. So as I say, we've passed it on at this point to animation. Yeah, and you can kind of sort of see the fruits of everybody's labor. We've got a character that they've really taken advantage of her kind of pose-to-pose action. Pulling a trigger is probably not as exciting as swinging an axe or a sword, but they really reinforce her character by just the full body poses she takes when she shoots stuff, and also taking advantage of her skills. And I'm going to leave it for Wyatt and Julian to get into the skills, because she just does some really cool stuff. And with that, that's it for me. I'm going to pass it on to Leonard. Thanks.
Thanks, Paul. I'm Leonard Boarski. I'm the lead world designer on Diablo 3. And I'm going to take you through the lore behind the Demon Hunter and really talk about her background. The Demon Hunter is our most diverse class. What does that mean? She's not one type of person, or she doesn't come from one social class. She could really come from any walk of life. Demon Hunters are chosen. They're not born into their class like all of our other classes are. This clicker doesn't work very well. They're bound together by their thirst for revenge. Revenge on demons who have slaughtered their family and friends. The Demon Hunters are recruited by other Demon Hunters after they've had these encounters with demons that would crush lesser people. Like I said, they aren't born, they're made. Like I said, they're recruited. They don't have a homeland per se. They're nomadic. They're always chasing down demons. They really want to crush demons. That's their reason for living. They do have a base up in the borderlands up north where they train new recruits, though. If you take the best aspects of a ranger and a bounty hunter class and combine it with an epic revenge quest, you end up with a really excellent, challenging class to play. And on top of that, they dual wield crossbows. I mean, what more do you need than that? We need new batteries is what we need, actually. So what drives the Demon Hunter? The Demon Hunter's our obsessed hero. She'll do whatever it takes to hunt down demons and eradicate them from the world of Sanctuary. When you saw what Christian was talking about, we took her partially into like the demon world, and we really wanted to show that she dabbles in the dark side. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty, so to speak. So we didn't want her to seem demonic. So we didn't want to like really go into having her have demonic parts or the demon arm or anything like that. So what we did is we pulled back on that and we gave her the glowing eyes to kind of show that she's probably been messing in areas that maybe she shouldn't have been, but just to really show that she's totally obsessed and that she'll do whatever it takes to get rid of demons. And she's a stalker of demons. She uses her traps and gadgets and lies in waits for demons. She really wants to strike terror into their hearts. She wants demons to feel what they usually cause in human beings. She wants them to know the terror of being stalked. And finally, she realizes the true stakes of what's going on. All the other classes have their own reasons for doing what they're doing. The witch doctor and the monk are in it for their religious ideals. The wizard is in it for personal gain. The barbarian is in it for his people. But the demon hunter is in it for one thing and one thing only, and that's for killing demons. She understands the true stakes of the eternal conflict between the high heavens and the burning hells, and she's going to do whatever it takes to make sure that hell doesn't get a foothold in Sanctuary.
Hi everyone, my name is Wyatt Chang and I work as a technical game designer. Now we've established that the Demon Hunter, primarily about ranged, shadow, gadgets, and traps, we need some skills that kind of bring that to life. We want skills that sell those three concepts. So the first skill we're going to talk about today is called Bola Shot. Bola Shot sells two themes really well, ranged and gadgets. You can kind of see the way she runs around, she shoots out a bola, the bola wraps itself around the target and explodes. I really like this skill in the sense that it feels really tactical. That delay is kind of a drawback, but it's also something you can use to your advantage in the right situations. You're going to see a theme in all the skills that we talk about today. We always want to try and push the core concepts, the range, the gadgets, and the shadow. The next skill we're going to talk about today is Vault. Vault's a movement skill. Obviously, the barbarian has leap attack, and the wizard has teleport, and we wanted to make sure that all of our classes have a way to get around the battlefield. In this case, we wanted to sell the shadow theme. Initially, we kind of talked about things like Shadow Vault and stuff like that, because we said, oh, well, we have to have a shadow theme. But at this time, we were like, you know what, let's just call it Vault and let the art speak for itself. You know, there's no need to have to weave these concepts into every single skill. So we have the artistic representation has some acrobatics to it, has some shadow themes to it. It's basically a way to take a solid mechanic, wrap it up with the aesthetic that we're trying to sell, and deliver something that we think will be fun for the players. The next skill is Spike Trap. As we talked about, one of her themes is also going to be traps and gadgets. This is not unlike some of the assassin gameplay that you might have seen in Diablo 2. In this case, we want to sell, again, the shadow theme and the gadgets theme. You know, we just take an ordinary trap spell, weave in some shadow themes in the art, kind of brings out the flavor, it differentiates her from the other characters. Another thing I really like about Spike Trap is it has that sense of preparation, you know, because we want players to know the Demon Hunter is somebody who goes to sleep at night and dreams about killing demons. She wakes up in the middle of the night and says, oh, you know, I have this great idea for a trap that'll be awesome for killing demons. And she bakes it and then she goes back to sleep and she wakes up and she, you know, kills a lot of demons. That's her thing. Also selling the idea of ranged attacks is grenades. I love this skill also in our game because it's showing off that we have a 3D engine, and so you can actually bounce the grenades off of the walls, off of the floors. I think it'll be an awesome way for players to try to come up with some creative uses for the grenades, throwing them around corners. It actually bounces around, and it shows, again, it sells the Demon Hunter's themes, ranged attacks, gadgetry, preparation, planning. This is premeditated demon killing going on. And finally, I want to show you guys multi-shot. Multi-shot, some of you guys might remember from D2, but it's been amped up and brought to the next level for Diablo 3. We know multi-shot was a hugely popular skill in Diablo 2, so we wanted to make sure that we get the clicker going. There we go. We want to bring back that mechanic that we know, the skill people love, but artify it up for something more appropriate.
Hey everyone, my name is Kevin. I'm going to be your content designer today. So on the second half of the show, we have a lot of new and improved skills and skill systems and other character things to show you. On the new side, we're going to show you a complete overhaul of the skill system itself, a launch of new class skills for each of the classes, a new trait system, and the introduction of the ever-elusive talisman. So let's get right to it. We have a lot to cover.